Hi guys, what is going on? Another video. I've been on holidays in Mexico, some of you might know, and I'm back, so I get back to drawing, and I have a very exciting project. I was asked to make a tattoo for a coach who's doing sport, so he wants as a motive to have like the certain exercises, and it fits perfectly into what I'm doing right now, into my studies, into the figure drawings I was recently doing to just learn more about human anatomy. And it's just a challenge to get those positions, this figure drawings right in specific exercises, because those are positions which you don't regularly see in normal life, for example. So for all those crossfitters out there, it will be 3 positions: ring muscle up, snatch and front squat. I already did sketches before to kind of roughly get a feeling for the position itself, and those are like out of my sketchbook. This is like the front squat position, as you can see, and yeah, the metal bar is bending a lot under the weight. I was reducing it a little bit, but I also was exaggerating certain positions to give more expression to the drawing itself. And this kind of was a little bit a conflict between what is technically right, how you do the exercise right, and how I want to give the drawing expression. For example, this one is the snatch, and I really made him like bend backwards. You can see like the legs, like you have a big arch. The overall weight line is like really archy, and yeah, during the process, because I was with my client, I was always sending like pictures back and forth, and okay, what should be done better. So you can see that the whole drawing, which in the end were 2 drawings, were like, it was like evolving process. And this is the ring muscle up, like a person is hanging, holding these rings and doing the swing, like the legs are swinging backwards. And the aim was not to make it perfectly detailed, photorealistic, but getting this kind of scheme right. That's it for the start. Let's dive into the video, and I'll see you in another section, so enjoy. Okay guys, here we go. So we're starting out with the snatch person. The aim of that position is to lift the weight bar over your head. That's why he grabs the bar like really far from each other, almost where the weight discs are. And I just started into the drawing, and I already saw that this is not gonna work out regarding the space. Excuse me. Because you know, like the overall composition is that you have a big guy on the top in a front squat. You have the snatch guy I just started drawing, and then you have the ring muscle up guy on the lower part. You have to know that the aim is that this motif is going to be a tattoo on a calf. So the calf is wider when it goes closer to the knee, of course, and when it goes to the ankle, it's getting like thinner. So the overall composition of the pictures should be that it is like, imagine it like a simplified triangle. It's wide on top and it's narrow, it's thin on the lower end. So the idea was to make this ring muscle up guy on the lower end the narrow point of the triangle, and I had to pull him under the feet of the snatch guy, and the paper was just not long enough. So I saw it in a different video that they just, you know, like put another piece of paper and stick it there and just draw over it, and it works. So here you can see I am working on the chest, and I was struggling a little bit with that muscle under your armpit. A lot of people think that this is actually the rib cage, but this is a muscle you have. You find that out when you do some anatomy studies. In this version, I was aiming to put the rings where the guy which is hanging at the rings. I was putting one ring exactly there where one disc of weight was of the snatch guy. So I kind of wanted to melt those two pieces together. But afterwards, the wish was that more of the ring should be seen. So I'm already done with pencil drawings, and I'm switching to markers. And what I really still want to improve, because it gave me some problems, construct ellipses. Like, I think it's a lot of practice, but also a certain amount of theory. Drawing and painting perspectively, that you know, like, okay, this ellipsis is in the foreground, the other ellipsis is in the background, so it has to be a little bit smaller. At which angle is the longest side of the longest expansion of the ellipsis rectangular to that, which has to be the shortest side. So all those things I'm gonna recap these lessons. After giving the outline, I used another marker, grayscale, to give it a little bit more, like an intermediate tone, to give it more three-dimensionality, because I didn't just wanted to make like black and white. And like, still, I'm not a tattoo expert, so I don't know how the tattoo guy is going to do, if he's able to make all those little strokes, but I will definitely show you the result of that tattoo. We are already almost at the end of the first picture, and yeah, then I will tell you how it went after finishing this one. Finishing like some last shadows, and that's it. Okay, so this is where we are right now. As I told you in the beginning, this figure is overarching. I exaggerated this to emphasize the expression of the drawing, and it made this movement technically not right, especially in the view of a coach. So the next piece is that I had to renew this drawing, at least this position. And also another thing is, like, everybody's wearing pants except him, he's like wearing Speedos. I was kind of focusing on anatomy, but like, some people really like the thong, you know. But I had to redo that as well. Mistake here was that the first feedback I asked for after I finished this one. And since this is already after the pencil process and I used all the markers, I cannot undo it. So I had to start over again. That's what's happened. And I mean, regarding a tattoo, it stays on your skin like for life, right? So it should be right. I completely understand if like some details are wrong, just redo the whole thing. It has to be perfect because you pierce it into your skin. So, part 2 now. Starting with the snatch guy who my client wanted to get it changed. So you really see it has a way more upright position, and I kind of mixed it because I wasn't aware that he absolutely wanted to have the snatch guy. So this time I was making it like not a snatch but a clean, and with a clean you have the hands way more closer together. That's what I will have to change. Yeah, in the meanwhile, I was getting my feedback more often. Here you see, this is what I changed. The hands are way more far away from each other, and the chest actually is allowed to bend backwards a bit. So that's what I changed here. Standing on his toes, of course. Wait. What? The tattoo is supposed to be on the right calf, and the persons are supposed to look to the outside, not to the inside? Okay, let's start over again. Third start, and this time we will really try to get it right. So, as before mentioned, the persons are going to be on the back side of the right calf, and I agree they should look outside regarding the composition compared to looking inside. And so I started again with the snatch guy. I had the right position of the chest, I had the straight legs downwards, the hands are far apart from each other. I also like the position of the head. I will change the head, but I will change it back to where it is right now. You'll see in a second. Here also I really wanted to, since I made the mistake in the beginning with I had to enhance the paper, this time I wanted to get it right, that I use the whole paper and I don't have to extend it. But that turned out that the ring muscle up guy was too small, and the picture was almost as wide on top as on the low end. So still, although I thought I know all the details, it absolutely is necessary that with a higher frequency you get feedback from the person who's letting you do this commission. Well, it depends a little bit. I mean, if the commission is like an oil painting or so, then it would be a little bit anxious to call every 15 minutes and say like, is this okay, is this okay? But when it comes to a tattoo, I really want to know, like, am I going in the right direction? And this was my mistake in the beginning, and I kind of made sure that I'm not wasting again my time by really getting feedback very often. So here you again see I extended the paper, I made the person bigger to get this triangular shape of the tattoo. And you really see like this is the method of how you are doing figure and gesture drawings. You can make figures within 30 seconds to 2 minutes already, and you have to already get a feeling like, okay, this is going in the right direction. You get the position right, you get the length of the arms, some proportions. Although proportions in figure drawings are not the most important part, but since you want to give it a little bit more detail, it has to have the right positions. Here you see again I'm struggling with ellipses. That just confirms that I have to do like some more lessons on that, on the theory. But in the end I'm really happy how it turned out. It really looks like those round shapes. So here you see I'm doing right now the background of the front squat guy who's way bigger. He's carrying a lot of weight, so the position has to make sense that he's able to hold the balance. The bar isn't as bended as before, it's kind of straight, but it's not super straight, so you see you have a little feeling of weight over there. And I'm already, with a pencil, putting in some details, which guides me when I will be using the markers. Adding some details at the trousers. Another challenge was, since I'm having so much going on in the foreground, it kind of intervenes with my background, so it makes it harder to get the right perspective. So in the beginning the lower legs were way too short. Was struggling with the knee of the upper, like between the upper and lower leg, where the knee normally is located. Here you see, like, since I don't see the whole thing, it's always like I'm trying to draw it in and then step a step back, look at it. Does it make sense? If not, erase it, and bit by bit coming closer to the solution I want it to be. They are not getting like real faces. I'm just indicating what they are supposed to look here. I'm starting with all the ellipses. That's why the paper is rotating so much, because as you might have noticed, to draw a curve which is kind of going in line with your anatomic movement of your wrist is easier than making the other round. So by turning the paper, you can use your already anatomic range of your wrist to make like smooth curves. I heard that like you cannot draw perfect circles on your own, except like one person is supposed to be like having the ability to make perfect circle, and he's called like I forgot the name, the divine. I will look it up. Exactly, already blocking in the shadows. This is like systematically going from one corner to the other. It's really satisfactory to watch it. And again, it is a combination of middle tone shadows and really dark ones to increase the impression of three-dimensionality. Since I already had a lot of practice, because I was doing this drawing for a couple of times, I was even quicker than before. So this one goes really fast, and I'm really happy with the result. And that should be it. And this is it in the end. You can see they are all facing towards the right direction. So if you can see, when this is the back side of the right calf, they are looking outside and not inside. I have to agree that this is the better way, how they should actually look. And like regarding tattoos, you have to make thoughts I never did before. So really it helps to go through in your imagination, go through the whole process, what has to be done, and does the drawing fit to what you want to do. So I really like this part, and it is a really good practice to do it first time, second time, third time, even if it's the same position, because I kind of feel that especially this part here, it got better. You really can feel the stretch in the chest, and like the difference between the waist and here the chest makes him look really muscular, and I really liked how it turned out. And I also have the feeling that I caught it just in the right moment. He is like on his tiptoes, heels up, stretching, you know. So I really like this version. I already got my feedback to that one. There are some parts which are preferred from the last picture. Here you have like both next to each other. So in the end, by reworking it digitally, it will be a mix of both. But this is the person who's snatching. The snatch person will be definitely from the second. I kind of like this chest better of the first one. So you can really see, even if you draw the same picture, there are always slight differences, and that's what makes them so unique and special, right? So that's the whole process of designing a tattoo. I hope you liked it. Leave a like or follow, and I'm already looking forward to some new projects I have in my head. Whenever you have questions, just ask me. I really like to engage with you guys, and I see you all in the next video. Have a nice weekend. Bye.